The Ohio Farm Bureau Federation's annual county president's trip to Washington closed this week, and we're visiting right now with Steve Hirsch. Steve is the highest elected official of the Ohio Farm Bureau, the president. Can you tell us a little bit first about your operation?
Yeah, Gary, we have a fruit farm in Chillicothe, just outside of Chillicothe in Ross County. We raise tree fruit and small fruit. So we have apples, peaches, pears, plums, nectarines, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. We raise a few vegetables, some pumpkins, mostly for direct retail. We also have a cider processing facility, and I work with my brother, father, and cousin on the operation.
Okay, wanted the viewers to know about that, to tell them that agriculture is not just corn and beans and livestock.
No, in Ohio, we are very diverse. We're one of the most diversified states in the country in terms of everything that we raise. So everything from fruits and vegetables through the grain crops, livestock, and there are lots of different kinds of livestock raised in Ohio too.
Well, there's an issue in Washington. Labor has decided that they don't want youth under 16 years of age to be working for anyone other than their parents. Parents do have an exemption. You come from a multi-generational farm. That could put a little bit of a hardship on operations like yours.
Well, and from what we understand, if you're set up as a partnership or an LLC or a corporation, which there are a number of family farm corporations in Ohio, that your son or daughter can't work for that farm because it's set up as a legal entity. So, we've always had these jobs where kids could do. It's a great way for them to learn work ethic. It's a great way to get some job experience. We hire a number of teenagers to help on our farm in the summer. It's generally their first job at 14 or 15 or 16 years old. And now with what they're doing with this rule, we're afraid those abilities are going to be taken away from those kids.
And part of the trip to Washington with the various county presidents is to talk to the legislators, congressmen and women, and senators. What has been the reaction that you're getting back from those that you've heard about?
It's been a great opportunity for our folks to let them know, some of our priority issues, but also let them know how any of those things like the labor rule will affect them on their operation. Tell their personal story and help the member or their staffers to understand, that what they do here doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's going to affect us back home, and let them know what that effect could be.
Of course, you're getting a lot of information this week here on the trip, and then you go back home and you meet not only with your county farm bureau, but I'm sure that you visit and talk and possibly give talks to other organizations about what happens on your farm. Education is a key to all of our problems, it seems.
It is, and we continue to have to try to educate everyone to what we do. That's what we're here for this week, is to educate the folks on the Hill about what we do. But it's important to educate everyone in Ohio about what agriculture does, what it means to the state, and how important, how we want to continue to be important in the future in Ohio.
Of course, Ohio Farm Bureau and various other state farm bureaus come to Washington with a unified voice. Ohio, I'm sure, at that local level, before you generated policy, you didn't always agree on every single issue.
No, we don't always agree on every single issue, but we do have our grassroots policy development process where we develop these policies from our county level up through the state level, and at our state annual meeting is where the policies are set by our members, over 300 delegates that come together and vote on the policies and tell us what direction the organization should go in the coming year.
Sort of like a mini republic, the way the country was first started out.
Correct.
If folks that are watching right now, some of our viewers would like to get a little input or maybe some information from Farm Bureau, what's the best way for them to do that?
Probably on our websites at www.ofbf.org. They can get a lot of information about Farm Bureau, and then also on ourohio.org is more of a consumer-based website. So we have a lot of information, recipes, where you can get local foods. We have an interactive map, so you click on your county, and that tells you who has what at that time of year.
Steve Hirsch, the president of Ohio Farm Bureau Federation, has been our guest. Steve, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Gary.
And stay with us, more to come right after this.